Hello, how's it going, peoples? Welcome back. Alright, bush scones. Alright, this is my sweet damper. This is one of my favourite ones when you're out camping and you just want something sweet, you know, just a full-on munchie. And the thing I love about my dampers is that I can show you how to make them at home, and you can also make them when you're camping. So I don't see why people should miss out on having damper if they can't go camping. You can still have it right in your own home. Alright, so first thing we want to do is preheat our oven to 200 degrees Celsius. Now, I'm going to do them as scones, like the shapes of scones, because they're beautiful with jam and cream, or just jam, or butter, or honey, or they're just yum. But if you want to do them as an actual damper, instead of making them into scones, just leave it as a whole damper. The only difference will be the cooking time. So if you're doing a whole one instead of scones, it'll be around 45 minutes. Alright, so once we've got our oven preheating, get yourself a tray. I'm just going to use a normal oven tray. Now, do you see how much flour I put on that? Heaps. Do not be afraid to put flour on your tray. The more flour, the less chance you've got of anything sticking. So if you're using your camp oven, see, I preheat mine first. I don't, put it in after that. Anyway, when you take the lid off and you're just about to put it in, just get some flour and throw it in there. And you want to throw it around all the sides, and you want to coat the bottom like that, and then your damper will not stick. Okay, so get your tray ready. Now the next thing we need is a big bowl. I have got 3.5 cups of self-raising flour in there. I've got a teaspoon of salt. I've got 4 teaspoons of caster sugar. You have to melt down. So in a saucepan if you're at home. If you're out bush, get something that's heat proof. Just put it in it and just sit it next to the fire. That'll be enough heat for you to melt it down, alright? So 4 teaspoons of caster sugar. I'll write the recipe below. Alright, 40 grams of butter melted. Half a cup of milk. Now this is optional, but I love doing this. 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. By the time I'm finished with you, you'll have a big box just to go camping of all herbs and spices. But it's worth having it, because you can make up some mean stuff with just a little bit of stuff. Okay, and then the next thing we need is approximately 1 1/4 cups of water. So I'll put 1 1/4 in first, and then it's quite possible that I might need more, and if it's a little bit too runny, I'll just add flour. It's heaps easy. You just go one way or the other. Now, when I stir mine up, I love stirring it up. I always use one of these. These are awesome when you're doing doughs and all that sort of stuff. I love them. So I've got one of these. I'll always use the handle to mix it. Now, when you're doing a damper dough, too many people think you've got to knead them and all that. The best way to make a damper dough is to hardly touch it. Alright, now see how that's a little bit runny and I wouldn't be able to handle that? That's actually perfect for me to stick onto some flour. So that's how you want it, like this, okay? Right, so you wouldn't be able to mould it yourself, but you'll definitely be able to get it in one bundle. Alright, so I'll scrape the end off. Now for your tray or your oven, always use plain flour. When you're stopping it sticking or whenever you're going to need anything, right? So I've got plain flour on the tray. Alright, put our dough on there. See how it's coming out in one big lump like that? Alright, lots of flour over the top. Pat it a bit. Get the flour around it. So we just want to move our dough. We don't want to knead it at all. So what we're doing now is just soaking it up, the flour, and getting it to whatever the consistency we want, right? Which is workable, but we don't want heaps of flour in it. Oh, it's so soft. That's how you want it, just soft and beautiful. Alright. So, now I'll try and get it into a workable log. Okay, it doesn't matter how big or small you do it, because you're still going to measure it all the same anyway. Let's put a little bit over the top, so it's a little bit wet there. Alright, so now I've got it into a log. Probably should have got my knife out first, but okay. Look at that, see how it goes back? It's perfect, it's exactly how you want it. Cut that log in half. And then I want to cut each half into thirds. Roughly. Okay. Now, how I'm going to show you this on the plate. Tip them all up so the wet side's on some flour for a minute. You got wet side at the bottom, wet side at the top. Okay. Dust a little bit of flour on them. Now you want to get your tray. What I want to try and do is I want to try and get them into a circle, all touching each other. You can move it around once you put it in there. That's why you put lots of flour in there. Right, now hopefully you can see. Alright, so I'll move them around until they're into a circle. Alright, and then I'll push them in together. And if you have your oven, your camp oven, this is exactly how you do it in the bottom of that. So I've just washed my hands. So now you just get a little bit of milk. And I use my fingers because I think it works better. And dab it on. And if you're out bush, you know, what, you're going to have a pastry brush? Well, probably. So anyway, dab it on. Get it nice and wet on top. Not soaking wet, but don't go there either. Alright, get that on. Okay, once that's on there, just get a little sprinkle of plain flour and just sprinkle it over the top. Pat it around a bit again, get it nice in a circle. And in the oven she goes. This little beauty out. Oh my god, mate. Oh, 28 minutes it took. Alright, it smells crazy in here. It smells like damper. It smells like scones. I love these bush scones. They're so good. Now, even though you can have them with jam or honey, that's what you normally have when you're out camping, they're also awesome for stews and that. They're just sweet bread, just sweet, yum. I was going to say bread, but it's not bread. Sweet damper. So, when you want to know if it's cooked or not, I don't know if you'll be able to hear. You can hear a hollow, it makes a hollow sound, not so much. Hear that? That's when you know your damper's ready. So open up your oven, give it a knock. If it sounds like it's hollow, it's ready. If you're not confident with that, just get a skewer or a bamboo stick or whatever and press it in there somewhere. And if it comes out almost, there should be something just a little bit stuck to it because it's damper, so that's the way it goes. A little bit stuck to it, but nothing major, then they're ready. Now we've got to do the, look at this, the pull apart, of course. I don't know why I always do this when it's so hot. Alright, pull apart a little bit, look at this. Oh, they smell freaking amazing. So with hot with butter, cool it down a bit, jam. If you're lucky enough to have some cream in your esky, jam and cream, beautiful, really filling, awesome. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. I don't care what the family says, I'm making rice cream next. Nana has been hanging for rice cream. I will see you soon. Bye.